Fast fashion has taken over major retail giants who release clothing almost weekly to keep up with consumer demand. Slow fashion encourages people to invest in ethical and sustainable pieces to create a timeless wardrobe instead of buying $5 shirts and $10 jeans.
So the idea sort of came to me to create the Calgary Fashion Network as a medium for me personally to have the balance, but also to sort of connect with other students on campus that had similar interests in fashion and beauty and that industry. Before I even started the club or sort of connected with brands who were interested in sustainable fashion, I wasn't really aware about that field itself. And I think like a lot of students, a lot of public members don't necessarily know sort of like the brands and the companies, initiatives that are sort of trying to make fashion more cleaner. Our theme is sustainable and ethical fashion. We're connecting with different designers and different brands who are sort of forefront leaders in that domain of the textile industry. So we'll be having, I guess, 10 to 12 designers. We're having models, both U of C students as well as sponsored from the new network. Walking, and I guess it's open to everybody, open to the public, and yeah, it's a really exciting initiative.
Hiding under the covers with no one else to
cleavage so that they're in the right spot. And then you see every time you do it, you can get it tighter and tighter and tighter, and you do it about 3 or 4 times until it is nice and tight. Okay?
I find that the fashion industry tends to be much too throwaway. I've watched the process over the last few years, and I'm really bothered by fast fashion. And so I try to do things that reuse fabrics or use unusual fabrics and things that we might normally just throw away. So this dress, the hood itself is some voile. It's actually a curtain left over that I got at a secondhand store. The top itself and the satin is all left over from other bridal gowns that I've done for clients. The little belt is also from some other gowns that I've used, and this right here is also a curtain.
We are going to be providing some of our most sustainable shoe designs to the fashion show, and I'm very excited to go and see what it's going to be like. It's something that's really great for the city. There's a lot of people who are now focused on sustainable fashion in the city, and it's great. We opened in September last year and focused on vegan and sustainable fashion. So what we have here is a brand called Athletic. They're designed in Germany, made in India. So they're made out of organic and fair trade cotton. The bases are sustainable rubber from sustainable rubber plantations. And the farmers, they get a fair trade uplift for every kilo of rubber that Athletic buys from them, so they get to choose how to improve their living or working conditions with that extra money that they get. For me, sustainable fashion is about realizing that every decision you make, every time you buy something, it has an impact.
Sustainability really talks about how can you, I guess, maximize the value of a piece. And to me, maximize means having the minimum imprint on the environment while being able to use and I guess value that piece of clothing for as long as possible. And so the way to do that is to start right at the source and make sure that we're not harming the environment when we're growing different products, that we're making sure that the people that are involved are also not being harmed, really trying to minimize any sort of harmful effects to both people or planet.
At its most basic, we see fashion as a natural intersection of art, individuality, culture, and history, and we believe that everyone should have the opportunity to express themselves in a manner that is sustainable and inclusive.
I want people to really realize that the choices that they make have an effect, whether it's on other people, on the environment, but they do matter. And so it's our responsibility to be informed, be educated, and look beyond ourselves to realize how we're affecting other people.
Personally for me, you're never too young to sort of be involved in the fashion industry. Before I sort of got connected with the club, I always thought like you would have to go to university and sort of gain that experience, but you can be at any age and sort of like exert change in the fashion industry at any time.